the old picture. I didn't hear that about that. I'm doing this deal. I have it on a Tuesday night show, but this place is so boring. What's new?
What's that used to? It may already be over the west. And that'll probably be out.
There's a pretty good looking system up there. Most Dakotas gets the pummel.
That's going to keep.
At home, I showed Rick, I think I showed Richard too, when I did that presentation. First place, section division for ARRL sweepstakes. You know, we won all the cups for the clean sweep, you know. And I remember the first time I did that, I went down there, we should go down to his basement and bunker. Basement, and there was couches down there, and then he had this double set of glass doors that went in there. He had 4 Kenwood at that time, top line Kenwood stations, and 4 Alpha amps. And
I've seen those kind of stations, pictures.
You know, you know, hell, my little icon or what I have at that time was nothing compared to
You know,
and we had this rotating switch so that the ARRL sweepstakes said you only transmit 1 station at a time. So the switch would turn, it would lock in whoever hit the transmit, so you couldn't transmit until that station was done. Because the ARRL sweepstakes was very, you know, one of the things they said, if you had a multi-operator station. I sat down there and I took my Heil headphones and I put them on. My legs are doing this, I'm shaking. He says, take your shoes off, you can hit the switch, the foot switch. I put these headphones on, he says, now, you're gonna get a lot of people come back to you. You're running 1,500 watts. You got the top antenna on the 300 foot, and this is back when the bands were open. And he said, just hunt and peck. So I was the hunt and peck station. They had a CQ station, they had a PW station, they had another station. He said, this is the easiest station to run. So I am on this keyboard, which I never operated this software. And I went N8HR. That was the club call, November 8th, AM radio. I go N8HR. I called CQ, which I wasn't supposed to do. It was like I couldn't pick out who called me. And so I wrote the call down and I said, yeah, okay. After 15 minutes, I was shaking so bad. I said, you guys got to get me off this for just a couple minutes. And I mean, I was like a nervous dog, man. That is so intimidating. And then when you would call somebody else would call you because you were number 1 dog on the frequency.
I'm never that.
And holy it was like, you know, so I took a break. I said, I had to get my heart rhythm down, and I had to get my I mean, it was very intimidating.
Yeah, I used to work in international EX contests in March, and I won Tennessee several times. And yeah, you get in there, especially you get up through going through the hunt and pack, and you find a start calling CQ. We can sit there and work for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, all I do is DX, and I only like to hit and get.
I still haven't put up my 18 megahertz.
Oh man, Never been.
Yeah, there was a
I've
guy.
18.
There was a guy here in Germantown. I can't remember his name. He lived just the other side of the railroad tracks down there. And he had his tower, self-supporting tower, and he had it on a railroad turntable.
Jesus.
That was the big mother over there.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
yeah.
I know where that was. Guy,
Yeah.
I know that,
Yeah.
exactly where those
Yeah.
were.
And he was big in the real estate and stuff around Memphis.
And
He went broke.
Yeah, he had one station for every band.
And he
Yeah,
had
he had-
Johnny Watson and Johnny
Johnny
Watson's
Watson's amplifier.
for each one of them. And I saw him out at I can't remember what was one of the first free fests we had or what, but he was selling his last Johnny Watson amplifier.
Hmm.
And, but he went broke,
He had
man.
an Earth station.
No, that's the guy out in Collier.
Okay.
Yeah, but the red stand up there and the satellite dish
That one out there was right off
57,
Yeah.
right off 57.
it's about as far off the Poplar as that.
Yeah, it's behind the trees and let
Yeah.
you turn down that street.
And that thing, they said, he spoke to the Delta Club,
Yeah.
and he said that you could cook a hot dog.
He
He was the first person to bounce me.
Yeah, he was backup. He was backup communications. I can't remember whether it was for Gemini or what, because his stuff was so good that NASA wanted him to be their backup.
You know, when I'll talk to somebody out, around the world, I always look them up on QRZ, QRZ,
Yeah.
and I'll see these freaking antenna forms that are just insane.
Same.
Oh, I
They'll
went
have
to Dallas.
4 or 5 of those several 100-foot towers
When
stacked
I
up.
moved from Germantown to Collier, Germantown was only let you put up a 37-foot tower.
That thing's barking, man.
And they came out and measured it from the damn fence and everything, to make sure it was right. And I made sure I wasn't there, and my wife overboard, she had to go out there with me, and they measured it from both fences.
You didn't want to mouth off through
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I wasn't there. But
Some of those stations
when I moved out to
crazy.
Iowa, I went up to the city hall to get my permit. And I said, why do you need a permit? I said, well, I gotta have a permit for a tax. I said, no problem. My car.
Really?
I said, we're the most ham-friendly city in the world. I
Really?
said, do you know Mr. So-and-so? And I
Yes.
said, I met him. Why? Well, he's the first person to talk to me. I said, that's the way, that's like Hollywood's at.
Probably don't.
I want.